Hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name's Cherie. Today we're going to be talking about summer books, my summer TBR. We are officially like 1 month or so away from the summer solstice, meaning we are 1 month away from the start of summer, the official start of summer. And this summer, I just want to like read fun summer romances. So I have like a bunch of books that I want to read this summer. These are the books that are kind of like giving me that summer vibe that I kind of want to get to this summer. First up, we have Here We Go Again. This is a queer childhood best friends to rivals, two lovers, road trip romance. I guess these two girls used to be like best friends and then something happened in high school and now they are rivals. Now they're in their 30s and working as teachers at their alma mater, but their beloved former English teacher tells them he has only a few months to live and they're forced to fulfill his like dying wish. And so then they're gonna go on a road trip. And I feel like this is gonna be so fun. And this is by Alison Cochrane, and she also wrote Kiss Her Once for Me, and I feel like I've heard great things about this book, so about that book, so excited to read this. Clearly summer is for road trips, and so here's another road trip book that I just got. Adam and Evie's Matchmaking Tour. Rollicking, unforgettable romance about two strangers finding love despite their best efforts as they embark on a sweeping matchmaking tour through Vietnam, perfect for readers of Carly Fortune and Abby Jimenez. I feel like this is gonna be so good and I absolutely love this cover. Another road trip book, You with a View, and this one's two former high school enemies must reunite for a road trip inspired by their grandparents' broken engagement in this electric romantic debut. I feel like summer is for road trips. Road trip romances sound so awesome, so that's another one I want to read. The book I want to read that's like about adventure is called Raiders of the Lost Heart. I don't know when this takes place, but I feel like I just think of adventure when I think about the summer, and this book is an adventure novel. Rival archaeologists must team up on a secret Aztec expedition or it could leave their careers and hearts in ruin. And I feel like that sounds so fun. It's like Indiana Jones romance. Like that sounds so awesome. Raiders of the Lost Heart. I remember seeing this cover at the bookstore and being like, yeah, I have to get this. I have to get this. Ali Hazelwood said it's the ultimate enemies to lovers adventure rom-com. So I also want to read You Should Be So Lucky. When I think of summer, I think of baseball. Summer is baseball season. And this is a baseball romance that takes place in 1960 between a new star shortstop stuck in a batting slump and the reporter assigned to reluctantly cover his first season. And it's by Kat Sebastian, and it's Grumpy Sunshine, Slow Burn, and it looks so good. And I feel like summer baseball, it's like I need to go to a baseball game and I need to take this book and I need to take a picture. I need to take a picture with this book at a baseball game. That's one of the goals for this summer. Let's see if I can do that. I also got Summertime Punchline. It takes place in the Jersey Shore. A hilarious and sweeping love story about a comedian forced to return to her Jersey Shore hometown and confront everything she left behind the 10 summers before. Taking place in the Jersey Shore in the summer, hilarious to me because I'm also watching Jersey Shore Family Vacation. Of course, Every Summer After by Carly Fortune is gonna be on this list. 6 summers to fall in love, 1 moment to fall apart, a weekend to get it right. Second chance romance. I love a second chance romance. I hope that I vibe with Carly Fortune's writing because I have 2 of her books and I think like another one just came out, but I'm hoping that I vibe with her writing because I've never read anything by her and I'm hoping that I love it. Obviously I had to put People We Meet on Vacation on this list. I can't believe I haven't read this yet. I've read 3 books by Emily Henry at this point, and this has not been one of them. I've read Beach Read, I've read Funny Story, and I have read Happy Place. How have I not read this one yet? I haven't read this one or Book Lover, so this will be the next one on my list to read. I also had to put It Happened One Summer. I feel like a lot of these books that I haven't read, it's kind of like, how? And I remember when this book was so hyped on TikTok, and I've only read one other thing by Tessa Bailey, and I thought it was just okay. It was a short story. But I've heard really great things about this. I also don't watch Schitt's Creek. Hopefully I think it's as good if I don't watch Schitt's Creek because it's in Schitt's Creek inspired. So we'll see. I also obviously had to put Abby Jimenez Just for the Summer on here. This is like, to me, looks like the ultimate summer book. It just gives summer. This cover is beautiful. It's so beautiful. So, so, so beautiful. Emily Henry, of course, blurbed it, so of course I'm reading it. And again, I hope that I vibe with Abby Jimenez's writing because I haven't read anything by her, but I hear only good things about her writing and this book, so I'm excited. Obviously, I had to put something by Christina Lauren on here. This is called Something Wilder. I believe this is also kind of like an adventure book. It says a charming laugh out loud. It's signed. I did not know that. I didn't realize it had a signed nameplate in it. That's so cool. Oh my God, Christina Lauren, they are the girlies that got me into reading romance. And I have read almost all of their books. I think I'm missing like maybe their last 3 or 4. But I've read so many other books and I love their contemporary romance. Oh my God. And I didn't realize this was signed. That's amazing. That's cool. But anyway, let me stop geeking out. This is a novel filled with adventure, treasure, and of course love. This is gonna go into my adventure category. Also doing The Romantic Agenda by Claire Can. Joy is in love with Malcolm. Malcolm wants to date Summer. Summer is in love with Love. And Fox is Summer's ex-boyfriend. Seems like a lot. So 30, flirty, and asexual, Joy is secretly in love with her best friend Malcolm. But she's never been brave enough to say so. When he unexpectedly announces that he's met the love of his life, and no, it's not Joy, she's heartbroken. Malcolm invites her on a weekend getaway and Joy decides it's her last chance to show him exactly what he's overlooking. But maybe Joy is the one missing something or someone, and his name is Fox. I've never read anything with an asexual character or protagonist, so I think that'll be really awesome. And I've heard really good things about this book, so I'm excited to read that. I also put The Perfect Find on my summer TBR because I've read everything else by Tia Williams, her 2 other books. Obviously, I loved 7 Days in June. That's like the perfect summer read. I've already read that one. This is the book that I haven't read by her, and it's set in New York, and I'm living in New York in the summer, and I just feel like this was like a perfect book to put on the TBR. It just feels, it feels right to me. It feels right. So I'm excited to read this. And there's a Netflix series for this book. I'll probably watch that after. And I think it's with Gabrielle Union, so that will be really fun to watch. Also, when I think of summer, I think of festivals, music festivals. So I put this one on here. It's called Lord of the Fly Fest. Raffi Francisco needs a splashy case to put her true crime podcast on the map. Her plan, go to Fly Fest, an exclusive music festival on a Caribbean island, and land an interview with headliner River Stone, who rocketed to stardom after his girlfriend's mysterious disappearance and exposed him as the killer she's sure he is. But when Raffi, along with hordes of influencers, arrive at Fly Fest, the dreamy getaway they promised turns out to be a nightmare. This is like a thriller giving very Fire Festival. It's set in the Caribbean, so it's like a summer thriller. And I love this cover. Look at this cover. It's so good. So good. And I also put this one on the list. It's called From Love with Cold World. Now, it's weird because this is obviously not set in the summer, but it is about a theme park located in Florida. Lauren Fox is the bookkeeper of Cold World, a tourist destination that's always a winter wonderland despite being located in humid Orlando, Florida, meaning it's hot. So this is set in Florida, romance at like a theme park, and I also, when I think of the summer, I think of theme parks. So I feel like this is very fitting. This cover screams summer to me. It's called The Guncle by Stephen Rowley, and this screams sitting up by the pool, drinking a drink. I mean, there's kids on here, so they have ice cream, and she has a book, which that would be me. I would have my drink and I would have my ice cream, and I would also have my book. So I'd have all those things, and I'd be sitting out by the pool, and that's what this gives me. It gives me summer vibes, sitting out by the pool, and it screams fun. Even though I think there's some tragedy in here too. This seems like a perfect beach read, and it sounds so good. Now, we can't think of summer without thinking of Jaws. And I've already read Jaws, so now I can't think of summer without thinking about sharks. Shark Heart. I got this from the library, so I need to read it soon, but I've heard nothing but good things about this book, and I heard it's a little quirky because it is a book about this married couple, and I guess the husband is slowly turning into a shark, which gives me the Flash vibes, because there's an episode of The Flash where a human turns into a shark, but he's still like in love with his wife, and eventually they find a cure and he gets to turn back into a human. He's still like in love with his wife, and his wife is still in love with him. And that's kind of what this is about, I think. A gorgeous debut novel of marriage, motherhood, metamorphosis, and letting go. This intergenerational love story begins with newlyweds Ren and her husband Lewis, a man who, over the course of 9 months, transforms into a great white shark. I've heard this book is like emotional and beautiful. I've heard nothing but good things about this book. We're gonna see what it's about. One of the books I put on the list is called Pod. It's also a thriller, but it's about a family that is fighting for their survival out on the ocean, and they are surrounded by dolphins. But it says, he has always felt like an outsider, suffering from a type of deafness. She cannot master the rituals that unite her pod of spinner dolphins. Okay. When tragedy strikes her family and Eve knows she's partly to blame, she decides to make the ultimate sacrifice and leave. As Eve enters out without the protection of her pod. Wait, is this a book about dolphins? How interesting. I thought this was about people.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow. This is about dolphins. Wow. Okay. In her terrifying, propulsive novel, Leline explores the true meaning of family, survival, sacrifice, the harmony and tragedy of the pod, within an ocean that is no longer the sanctuary it once was, one which reflects a world all too recognizable to our own. Wow, this is about dolphins. This is about spinner dolphins, a pod of spinner dolphins, and something happens, and her family, and now they have to fight for their survival. Wow. Yeah, that's going on the summer TBR. That's very interesting. I did not know that that was what this was about. I thought this was about people getting attacked or surrounded by, at first I thought it was about sharks. Then I thought it was about people getting surrounded by dolphins. Now I'm realizing it's about dolphins. Wow. All right then. But that's it. That is my summer TBR. That is at least 15 books that I want to read this summer, from romance to thriller to everything in between. Sharks, some dolphins apparently, and I'm excited for the summer. I'm excited to read. I'm excited to go to the park, excited to go to the beach, just lay out and read some books, eat some ice cream, read some books. I'm excited to do that. Let me know if you're excited about any of these books. Let me know if you've read any of them, and I'll see you in the summer. Till next time. Bye.